Hello everybody, welcome back to the Farming Simulator 22 Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at the Polderlandschap. But before that, this video is brought to you by Gizmo UK and Doughboy2913. Thank you for being farm barons. So the Polderlandschap map can be found over at the FarmingSimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content me. And as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for PC players only. Let me read you some of the description. This map is based on Dutch areas. This map includes 163 fields, 3 points of sale, a large livestock farm, a large arable farm with BGA, and is based on real-life infrastructure. This map does include a custom soil map, and there is a note in the description that does say that this soil map is exclusively loam. In addition, this map does support precision farming. Now, this map has several required mods, and some of those required mods are not listed with the required mods on the website. They include the washing station, modern shed, bunker silo, and the flower pots pack. So in addition to the listed required mods on the website, you will need to download these 4 mods as well. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of time and run down through the list of all of the required mods, because there are several. We have the additional decoration package. We have then the bunker silo. We have bunker silo set, cowshed 3+3, crop storage pack, double rod mat fence pack, Dutch contractor shed, Dutch shed pack, the EU factories, the Intercon E115 EP2 windmill, farmhouse pack, farmhouse package volume 2, farm silo package, the flags of different brands, flower pots pack, grain storage, manure basin, modern shed, another modern shed pack, old farm package, placeable dairy farm package, the map itself, seed potato farm buildings pack, underground weighing station, wash station, and washing station. So in addition to all of those required mods, we are also going to be using the mods we typically use when we take a look at maps. That is additional field info, additional game settings, animal input extension, precision farming, field lease, field calculator, and straw harvest. Now, we'll tell you, if you load this map up in farm manager mode or start from scratch, you'll find the main farms are built out exactly how you're going to see them here in new farmer mode. You do not own any land in those alternate game modes, but you do start with your starting machinery. And in fact, I would suggest starting this map in farm manager mode. That way you're going to have the most money available to you, because as it turns out, you do not own any of the starting farms in new farmer mode. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PDA itself, and I'll explain what's going on. So as you can see from the PDA, this map is very, very heavily concentrated on fields. In fact, I really don't know why we have so many required mods, because there are not that many buildings on this map. No way are we using something from every single one of those required mods. This map does include all the standard crops available to us in Farm Sim 22, in addition to the premium expansion crops, if you do have that enabled. We go ahead and take a look at our lands. You'll see we started by owning farmland ID 16, 19, and 20. All 3 of those are fields. Farmland ID 166 is technically the starting farm. That's where your starting machinery is located, but we do not own that at the start. That's going to cost $303,000 to buy. In addition, we have a small arable farm at Farmland ID 165 that we can buy for $88,320 in new farmer mode. But again, our starting machinery is located here at Farmland ID 166. In addition, we have a arable farm with BGA at Farmland ID 164. That can be bought for $259,000. We do have the ability to buy the unbuyable land, but that is going to cost you $5.3 million. Let's go ahead and take a look at our farmland lease screen. This is going to show us all of the viable farmlands, how large those farmlands are, if those farmlands include any field or fields, what is included. Then lastly, how much is that farmland going to cost us? One thing you're going to see here is that the farmland and fields are lining up 1 for 1, which is always very good to see. In addition, we have farmlands that are below 1 hectare all the way up to approximately 3 hectares in size on average. Here we have one farmland 74 at 4 hectares. But again, a vast majority of these are going to fall anywhere between just under 1 up to 3. So I feel this map would work really good for small to medium-sized machinery. Now we will go ahead and take a look at our field calculator screen at this point. But again, since the farmlands are basically the same sizes as the fields, I don't see the field sizes changing too much from the farmland sizes that we just saw earlier. I do want to also take this brief point in time to say that I am currently traveling, and I am currently recording this on a traveling setup. So if things are not quite exactly how you're used to seeing them here on the channel, that is likely the case. Let's go ahead and take a look at our soil map. As you can see, the soil map is exclusively loam, so you don't need to worry about which particular field may be preferably to purchase based on soil type. This map is making use of the standard generic crop counter that is available to us in FarmSim 22. And if we go ahead and take a look at our prices screen, you will see that we do not have the ability to sell all of our base game crops. In fact, we are missing the ability to sell olives as well as grapes. And then in addition, we do not have the ability to sell cotton or sugarcane. With respect to our animal outputs, we are missing the ability to sell eggs as well as wool, but we do have the ability to sell milk. Thankfully, because we do have cows pre-placed on the map. Also, with respect to our silage, hay, straw, and grass, we can sell silage, but we do not have the ability to sell grass, hay, or straw. In addition, down through our base game production items, it's just easier to say that we can sell sugar. That's it. We cannot sell any other production item on the map, which is rather interesting because we have a grain mill pre-placed, as well as a dairy, a BGA, and then the potato processing facility. With respect to lime, we do have the ability to buy bulk lime, but we do not have the ability to get rid of our stones. So if we are playing with stones enabled, we will need to put down our own sell point in order to process those stones. And quite frankly, with the fact that there's so many things on this map that we cannot sell, I would highly suggest activating and putting down the sell everything mod as well. With respect to the platinum expansion, we do not have the ability to sell any of the platinum expansion production items, but we do have the ability to sell the premium expansion production items. And I think the only reason we have that is because the way the game has coded this, basically if they will accept potatoes, then they will also accept the premium expansion productions and crops. If you are playing with pumps and hoses, also note you do not have the ability to get rid of your separated manure. With our potato pack, we do have the ability to make waste potatoes, seed, and premium potatoes, and those are also going to be available for sale. Taking a look at our starting fleet, we start out with all owned machinery. None of it is leased and is all well maintained with 0 operating hours. We do have 2 animal cow sheds at the starting farm, but the only reason they're showing up here is because I've gone ahead and purchased all 3 player farms. You will need to purchase the starting farm before you will see these animals listed. With respect to contracts, we do have contracts available on this map. And with respect to production chains, we start out by owning the potato storage and sorting shed. We will get the BGA if we purchase the northern farm that includes the BGA. I've gone ahead and purchased that here on this map, and that's why we're also seeing that listed. Lastly, this map does show collectibles. There are no collectibles, as best as I can tell, available on this map. This is also listed in error. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting fleet. We start out with the Valtra N175 direct small tractor, as well as the Massey Ferguson 7726S medium tractor, and the John Deere 7R350 large tractor. We have the New Holland CH7.70 harvester that is paired up with the 28-foot grain header, as well as the Nardi N40BX header trailer. We have the Kloss Scorpion 1033 telehandler, as well as the Queco Radium 255 and Crampy Big Body 750S trailers. We have the Amazon KG 3001 Super Power Harrow that is paired up with the Cynthia 3000 Super Seeder, as well as the Presea 4500 2CS Super Planter. We have the Hardy Navigator for our liquid fertilizer and herbicide. We have then the VT 130 and Spider SP 6834 slurry tanker and applicator. We have the GMD 8733 FF mower, as well as the GMD 3123F front mower. The FedEx 904 tedder, as well as the Semez Z2 840H windrower. We have the Faro 4010D Pottinger forage wagon, as well as the Farson PF 2.24 Plus TMR mixer, and the Proxmoor 15070M bale shredder. And then for our telehandler, we have the universal bucket and bale fork. This map does not have any custom vehicles or implements that are part of the map itself, but we do, of course, have the seed potato buildings pack that is available, and we do have a couple boxes and pallets that are available as part of that pack. I'm just going to quickly tab over to the main starting farm. Again, you will need to purchase the starting farm before you can make use of it. And after you have purchased the starting farm, you're going to find we have 2 bale and pallet sheds over here. We've got our harvester lined up. We have a farmhouse with sleep trigger. You can sell everything here on the starting farm. In fact, you can sell everything at all of the player farms. But I will tell you that a lot of these deco elements that you're going to find scattered around the farms, they are sold individually. So for example, around the farmhouse here, there are several flower boxes. You will need to sell all of those individually. We have our animal drop-off point, 200 cows in this building. We have our milk trigger. That would be our slurry trigger over there, I believe. Then our food trough is going to be right here in the middle for straw and food. Sorry, slurry point is right here. We have the same setup for this building. And let's go ahead and take a look at our animal food requirements. So as you can see, our cows are fairly standard. In fact, all of our animals are fairly standard with respect to their feeding requirements on this map. We've got several sheds where all of our machinery is going to be located. And that is pretty much the starting farm here. As I said, everything at this farm, and in fact at all of the farms, can be sold. So we are going to be giving the map a full point with respect to, do we have the ability to sell all of our base game equipment, starting farm areas. Let's go ahead and get on with our flyover. Now, as you will see as we look around, the vast majority, as I've already said, of this map is going to be based with fields. In fact, we have just one area right here to the north of our starting farm where we have our production and our sell points. As I've already mentioned, there are 4 productions built into this map. We have a dairy, we have a grain mill. We can't sell anything those make, as well as the BGA, and then the potato sorting and selling station. So our productions and sell points are located below. We have our vehicle shop. We have one of our other player farms located right there. And then the other farm is going to be located here to the north. And everything else is agriculture. That's it. Pretty basic map. It should play very well for just about any type of system. There aren't a whole lot of trees on the map here. So we have then our farmhouse. Got some sheds. We have the grain storage building. So we're fill point there. Now we have our dump point. We have the biogas plant. Several silage bunkers. And then I believe over here, this is going to be our potato storage and sorting facility. Indeed, there that is. Let's go ahead and just quickly come back to the shop. We'll go ahead and get our Mahindra. I don't think there's much need for a fly around video because of the fact that everything is so centrally located right next to the main farm. As I said, based on our scoring, we are going to be giving the map a full point with respect to having production built in or areas set aside for such. There is production built into the map, although how useful that production is, that is still rather questionable because, of course, we do not have the ability to sell any of the things that those productions will make aside from the potatoes and the biogas plant. We've got our shop trigger here inside of kind of the storage area. Pretty decent sized area for our new machinery to spawn in at. Do note we are limited to the width of the gate in order to get out of the shop here. But other than that, we should be good to go. We do have our dealer trigger located right here. And then behind the farm, we have our animal dealer, where we're going to be able to buy our animals. And then behind the animal dealer, we then have our productions. So this is going to be our dairy. So we have an interactive icon, we have our dump point and our pallet spawn point. This is going to be our flour mill. We have our dump point, interactive icon, and pallet spawn point. This is going to be the ability to buy bulk seed, fertilizer, and lime. Now the sign here says grape processing, but this is actually the co-op. This is going to be the main sell point for everything else. That's going to be located right here. Now here we have the third player farm. So third player farm is going to include a farmhouse with multiple triggers. We have a sleep trigger there. We have our wardrobe trigger there. And then what do we have here? Another sleep trigger located right there. We do have vehicle storage, implement storage scattered around, as well as a diesel fuel tank. So let's just run down through our scoring metric. We're giving the map a full point with respect to production being built in or areas set aside for such, because, well, we do have 4 productions built in. We have a dairy, we have a grain mill, we have a BGA, and the potato storage and sorting facility. Now, how useful are those productions that are built in? Since we do not have the ability to sell any of the outputs of the dairy or the grain mill, well, that's up to debate. But we can always put down a mod like the Sell Everything mod in order to correct that little oversight. With respect to the ability to sell all of our base game productions, crops, and animal outputs, we do not have the ability to do that. We're going to be giving the map a half a point. Quite frankly, maybe it doesn't deserve that. Maybe it should only get a quarter of a point based on the fact that we can't sell any base game productions other than sugar. We don't even have a sugar mill on the map. We do not have the ability to do eggs or wool. And we also do not have the ability to do grapes, olives, cotton, or sugarcane. That's going to give the map a half a point. With respect to the ability to sell all of the vehicles, or not vehicles, but the buildings and such at the 4 farms, or the 3 farms, I should say, we are going to be giving the map a full point there. With respect to buildings using the new texturing technique, as well as ground textures, we're going to go ahead and give the map a full point there. And then lastly, are all the player triggers and interactive areas clearly marked? Yes, I do feel that they are clearly marked. So we are once again going to be giving the map a full point there as well. That's going to wrap this video up with a score of 4.5 out of 5. It's a difficult score because so many things we can't sell here on this map, and I really wish we could sell those. Very, very easily, this map could have scored a 5 out of 5 if we only had the ability to sell the giant laundry list of the things that we cannot sell on this map. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below with respect to this map. Is this something you're looking for? Do you like this type of map? Is it going to be your next playthrough? Love to hear your comments down below. And until next time, happy farming.